What's going on out there, peeps? Man, somebody is trying to score some major brownie points with the United Nations. Man, our boy Academia is not playing around. Not playing around. He has done a lot of very impressive things. It's nice to see when people actually get in government and care more about the people instead of themselves. We got a weird name for them people. We call them Democrats. That's right. Sorry. Anyways, I'm going to catch crap. Anyways, you guys, let me give you a quick reminder that go check on our friends over at Money Metals. If you're going to buy some precious metals, I recommend you guys go on over there. They are a family-owned business, and I like that. I like it a lot. And my subscribers have nothing but great things to say about them. They're very happy with the services. As a matter of fact, a lot of us have been showing off pictures of our stash privately because, I said don't be posting too much of that on your profile, but man, some of you guys have gotten some impressive hauls, and I mean ones that I'm even jealous of. I'm like, dang, they got a lot. Anyways, for you first-time buyers here in the United States, if you're going to buy precious metals, please consider going on over there to Money Metals. The link is in the description. And when you go to checkout at the end, it'll ask you for a promo code. Put in there Pimpy, Pimpy, and you will get a free half ounce of silver. So why are we doing another Iraqi video? That's because there's some interesting updates we should share. Pimpy's Investment Chat, it's the same name as my YouTube channel. And here we do talk about investments, foreign currency investments, gold, silver, cryptocurrencies, you name it. Come on in. The link is in the description. The hidden things in front of your eyes, this is where we do all the NESARA, the GESARA, the political things are in here. Trump, if you want to, all right, as well as things that some people call a conspiracy, although I don't. I call it truth-seeking. All right, there's only a couple stories, but one of them is kind of, a couple of them are kind of a little bit on the lengthy side, but very important. So the Al-Rafidi directs its branches to resume work tomorrow to complete the payments of the salaries. Boy, there's some nice little stacks of dinar here, huh? Look at that. Look at that little pile. Some of you guys got like tons of these piles, by the way. Anyways, they'll be open tomorrow. So here we go. The fixed text of Al-Kadhimi's speech, early elections and affirmation of restoring the prestige to the state. This is really super long. I'll read part of it. So I'm going to get down to the good stuff. From the first day I was assigned to form this government, our goal was to save Iraq from the specter of chaos and eternal collision. A danger that was before all honorable, benevolent, and free people. Various parties tried to push the homeland with blood, end its hopes for recovery, and restore balance after the stage of victory over the terrorist organization ISIS. Insurrectionists, internal, regional, and international conflicts are threatening again the security, sovereignty, territorial integrity of the Iraq and the future of its people. While long years of organized corruption, mismanagement, nepotism, and lack of planning have left huge economic and social problems in these circumstances, amid the challenging of the popular protest, the economic circumstances, and the spread of the Rona, accusations and slanders were issued against me personally and against everyone who approached me functionally and humanly. Proceeded, accompanied, and followed the formation of this government. Now remember, there was a lot of people from these Iranian-backed politicians were slamming Al-Kadhimi. They were trying to have a little bit of a revolt against him. Of course, it obviously didn't work. Don't worry, Al-Kadhimi, we know the feeling. We have that going on over here as well. With the merits of forming a government, and we wanted for it to be balanced and strong. We faced for several months an age of government, many obstacles, but we focused on the basic and honest goals of this government, which we set from the beginning and within the framework of the ministerial curriculum with the following criteria. And they have. Look, at Al-Kadhimi said he was going to do what he was doing, and he is cracking a whip on this. So we'll just go through a few of them. Preparing for a free and fair election that produced a House of Representatives that elects a new government to represent the will and aspirations of the people. Yes. Next June is when he wants these elections to happen. So little under a year is when the free and fair elections. So that gives him plenty of time to continue to clean house over there in Iraq. Okay. Since the first day of his election to the government, we have formed a specialized committee to overcome the obstacles before the election law and the election commission. The committee has reached a result that I will announce in the end of the speech. Confronting the worsening economic crisis, we have worked tirelessly to work on a comprehensive reform paper called the White Paper that will revive the Iraqi economy, solve financial crisis expected to worsen during the coming months, activate agriculture and industrial production, introduce projects to address these crises and our unemployed youth, revive the market, and put Iraqi economy on the right track by stopping the waste and exploitation of the public money. Now, there are a lot of people who really believe that the rate change is in the White Paper. Okay? But my thing is, when is this White Paper going to be implemented, if that's the case? And because the password that we understood in all the associated Iraq crisis is the state, or we call it the deep state over here. But anyways, and we see that there is no solutions to these crises without restoring the prestige of the state and enabling the state to impose its policies and law. We have made a series of administrative changes to prevent the breakup of the state institutions and to prevent them from being weak, exploited from the corrupt and weak souls of non-national stakeholders. And the outlet can't wait. You know, if you think about what he's saying, it's almost like a backhand to Iran. I'm sorry, but I've read that several times. It really sounds like, you know, that is kind of who he's backhanding. It doesn't say specifically. I'm just saying. And the outlet campaign was an example of extension of the state influence and the activation of customs and tax procedures. Okay? So he's going on here to say, like, the administration before him didn't do their job to protect the people. And they did a piss poor job, and it left things worse off than they were. So, you know, good. He should take some cracks at him. That's what we did here as well. Okay? We directed an audit of all unimplemented investment licenses and idle projects to reach a comprehensive fundamental solution that includes either starting construction and completion of these projects and withdrawing the immediate and filing lawsuits against those who tampered with the money of Iraq and the merchants and bribed to keep the work wheel stalled. We have that here. Same thing. So see what I'm talking about? We need to get infrastructure done. Thank God Trump put in some executive orders so we could get that rocking and rolling. Third, facing the Rona, which is a serious global crisis that health institutions in all countries of the world were prepared for, that were not prepared for, I should say. Not to mention the Iraqi health institutions that have been lagged by neglect, corruption, and weak management for years. They opened up like this. It looks like a well, I want to say it looks like it looks like a mall, and you know, it's been doing very, very good. So yeah, I mean, if that's their first real mall like we had here in the '80s, then I'm sure it's exciting. It should be exciting for them. We have received hospitals suffering from poverty and overcrowding, and the idle investment hospitals which have not been open for years, and we have immediately received some and started, excuse me, management procedures to face the corona epidemic. We have also received the rest of the hospitals to open to its citizens in the coming months. Good. Let's get down to this fourth one. Confronting the security turmoil and refusing to turn Iraq into a field of conflict of regional and international interests and a country in which groups outside the law and organized crime tamper with corruption. And we were clear and keen from the first moment in completing the first stage of the strategic dialogue with the United States, provided that the criterion is the sovereignty of Iraq and territorial integrity and cooperation with his brothers, neighbors, and friends. So look, again, they're working with the United States to have this sovereignty restored. I like this, man. Look, ever since Al-Kadhimi's been in office, this guy is delivering on his promises. That's impressive. We said that we would not need an American military presence, which means they'll be sovereign. That means they can stand on their own. In Iraq, as much as we need cooperation in the economic fields, education, culture, health, security cooperation, armament and training for our heroic Iraqi forces, as well as cooperation with the international coalition, and the preserving the lives and safety of the diplomatic mission and those who support us in the war against ISIS is a task of the government. It falls within its international sovereign obligations. See that? As long as Iraq keeps taking a stand and showing they can be on their own, they will be recognized again as a sovereign nation. Not to mention, don't forget from the video I did earlier, what's coming up. Kurdistan's coming on over to sign that agreement. It's supposed to be done. And good. Let's get it going. So again, you can see this article is really long. And good. This is exactly what we know the UN wanted to hear about as well. So we got the Kurdistan agreement, and now we got the announcements of early elections, okay? So you come down here, you can see right here. While we made the pledge to work and return the trust that surrounded our necks to the people, I announced the date of the 6th of June, 2021 as the day of the early parliament elections, and we will work with all the efforts to make these elections successful, protect them, and secure their requirements. So good. Yes, we're trying to do the same here, Academy, so I wish you luck. Don't let them mail in the ballots, though. So you can see this thing is really long, okay, and it does have a lot of good things in here. All right, so we're looking for the fact that the early elections are announced, okay? So look at here's the United Nations responding right away. The United Nations welcomes the holding of early elections in Iraq and confirmed its readiness to provide support. The United Nations welcomed today, Friday. Let's go down one paragraph because I usually repeat itself. The United Nations Assistant Mission for Iraq said early elections meet a major popular demand on the road to achieving more stability and democracy in Iraq. The United Nations is ready to provide support and technical advice as required by Iraq to ensure free, fair, and credible elections that win the confidence of the public. Convening properly credible, free, fair, and inclusive elections can revitalize the political system, build public confidence, give the people a voice, and fulfill their aspirations to better political representation, said Miss Blacksheart. That's our buddy. The party concerned called for a fair election, saying it is the responsibility of the government, parliament, political parties, and other stakeholders to ensure that the free and fair and credible elections are held in the enabling environment that puts the country's interests above all other considerations. So good. These are two major steps. This is why I kind of wanted to do an update on the Iraqi dinar news. So what do we learn from this morning? We learned that what? After this holiday, you're going to see the people from Kurdistan come over, and the deal's supposed to be done. It's going to get signed. The announcement of the elections is done. Now I was told that I think the next thing that's keeping us for him, I'm hoping that report that we read earlier, which contradicted itself, saying that Al-Qadimi was coming here next week, but then it said it wasn't. So my understanding is he might have to see the Saudi prince first because they have agreement that they need to work out between them before he could come over here to the United States. And they're looking to make this happen within the next week. So like I thought, there's some good things happening and are happening very quick. These are all positive steps towards what we are hoping to achieve when it comes to our Iraqi dinar. You should be very happy about this. Very pleased with our boy Al-Qadimi, who seems to actually be there doing the right things. All right, you guys? Anyways, I just wanted to give you an update on what was going on because these are two exciting articles. They're pretty big on top of the one from this morning. So it looks like things are going in the right direction. Okay, you guys? Anyways, there you go. That's the Iraq update from this morning's video. If you like the video, hit the thumbs up button. If you haven't, please subscribe, because when you do, it helps out the channel, and I surely do appreciate it. And I'll catch you later.